Hello there. On Match of the Day this week, we've got a lot of everything. We'll see the so-called Big Four in action, a game of historic proportions, loads of goals, penalties, great saves, and even, would you believe, the odd suspect decision. Bags of talking points then for our pundits, Alan Hansen and Mark Lawrenson. We start with one of the most extraordinary games the Premiership has ever witnessed. It occurred at Fratton Park, where Portsmouth met Reading. With microphone and abacus in hand was Ingwin Hughes.
Well, Harry Redknapp was forced to make a late decision on Portsmouth top scorer Kanu after he sustained a knee injury during last week's 1-0 win at Blackburn. The veteran striker misses out and is replaced by Benjani. Dave Nugent, who scored the winner at Burnley in the Carling Cup in midweek, has to be content with a place on the bench. Well, Reading, who last enjoyed success at Fratton Park over 10 years ago, were knocked out of the Carling Cup in midweek by Liverpool. They're unchanged from the side that beat Wigan in the Premiership last weekend, as Steve Coppell's side looked to win for the first time on their league travels this season. Ball pass by Diop. Benjani though has possession, the ball is through the flag space, down Benjani into the middle. Utaka has it, he's got support from Kroenke as well towards Benjani! 6 minutes gone, Portsmouth have the lead. Well, Reading lost possession in midfield. He wasn't offside when the ball was played through. Utaka looked up, he had support. There are 2-3 defenders there. It's an excellent cross, and it's a simple job for Benjani just to volley the ball into the empty net. Won well by Ingemarson, Bupa Diop. Benjani. Portsmouth have so many players who look comfortable on the ball. Benjani's one of them. Benjani's still going. Oh, what a goal! A superb individual effort by Benjani. Well, they look so confident in possession. They seem nothing on here. And superb footwork to take the ball away from the defender who was in front of him, who was Ingemarson. Wrong-footed, 2-3 Reading players there in one movement and drilled the ball home and low, and it gives Portsmouth the perfect cushion of a 2-0 lead. Steve Coppell must feel just before half-time that the winless streak away from home this season is about to continue. Difficult ball for Montari to deal with. Here's Kitson, still looking for a way forward, knocked off the ball too easily. No free kick. Mark Hulsey up with play. Here's Bupa Diop, looking to break again, forward to Glenn Johnson, very nearly put him through. Lovely skill by Bupa Diop. Who's Utaka to the far side, looking for Benjani, and selfishly across goal. What a save by Hanneman, absolutely brilliant. Benjani's header cross goal, and Johnson's there, and Hanneman pulls off a miraculous save. A goal now could completely transform things as far as Reading are concerned. Give them some hope as they go into the dressing room at half-time. It might fall here, and it has. It's off the bar, is it? Kitson's there, and Hunt eventually pulls one back. Frustration for David James, but Stephen Hunt's second league goal of the season gives Reading hope. It came off Rosinia when the shot hit the bar. Kitson was on hand, he couldn't scramble it home, but Stephen Hunt did, and somehow Reading are back in the game at 2-1, just on the stroke of half-time. James this afternoon making his 600th career league appearance. Headed away by Ingemarson. Here's Hunt. Forward to Kitson, he's not offside. Campbell, and David James has come out an awful long way. He's committed. Kitson! It's 2-2! What on earth was David James doing there? Why, oh why did he come for the ball? He knows he should have stayed on his line. He committed himself, and Dave Kitson has put Reading back on level terms. Well, David James, of course, is prone to these errors, and he certainly committed one there. Glenn Johnson. Portsmouth have it all to do again. The flag is up. Guy Beale, the assistant referee on the far side. Immediately as the ball was played in, Bouba Diop flung himself at it. Flag had gone up and it's disallowed. Kroenke, distant. Haridason up ahead into the middle. An opening for Haridason. It's towards Haridason. Henneman, Haridason! Portsmouth take the lead again. Haridason took up an excellent position. He makes the run into the centre of that penalty area. Henneman comes, he's committed, and Haridason's leap takes the ball over him. What they would give for a goal now. Trailing 3-2. The hard bit getting back to 2-2 after being handball, surely, penalty. Out of nothing really, Kitson just hooked the ball forward. You can see Bouba Diop, he's inside the penalty area. His left arm is outstretched right in front of Mark Hulsey. And there was nothing else the referee could do other than give a penalty. It's James against Shorey. Can James make up for the error which led to the equaliser from Dave Kitson? A chance to make it 3-3, and he saved it, the goalkeeper! David James at fault, no doubt, for Dave Kitson's equaliser, which made it 2-2, but he's the saviour there for Portsmouth. A contrast in emotions, I'm sure. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down, and it's that losing feeling at the moment again for Steve Coppell. Well won there. Through to Benjani, this is a chance for a hat-trick, he's going to score it, 4-2! And the pace of Benjani took him away from the Reading defenders, away from Marcus Henneman. And Benjani celebrates Portsmouth's fourth, his third, his hat-trick. Cool finish, Henneman committed. And I'm sure Portsmouth will not be in the mood now to give away another 2-goal lead. Muntari back playing as he was in the first half now, or first 40 minutes, when Portsmouth were in complete control. Bouba Diop chests it down for Sean Davis. Sean Davis tries to clip it into the middle, away by Gunnarsson. Sean Davis again. Benjani's waiting, so too is Kroenke! 5-2. It's turning into a real hammering now for Reading. At 6s and 7s defensively, Gunnarsson, it was a poor clearance. And in between the goalkeeper and two defenders, and Kroenke easily heads home. Gunnarsson's attempted clearance, Sean Davis, and it was an easy header in the end for Kroenke. Shorey. Here's Fay, his first touch. Doyle can't get there, Harper can! Oh, what a goal! Stunning left-footed volley, and they're not giving up. Reading 5-3 with 13 minutes to go. The cross is headed away, it drops for Harper, and I think it came off Shane Long, the substitute. Muntari. Rosinia's clearance is poor. Davis. Crowd want him to shoot. He's deflected! 6-3! Incredible! He's being invited, urged by the crowd, and he lets fly, and off the head of Ingemarson. 6-3. Absolutely incredible. Well, you wouldn't think that we were witnessing a 9-goal thriller, would you? Looking at the expression there of Harry Redknapp and Tony Adams. Kroenke against Rosinia. Kroenke still going away from two challenges, slips. Muntari wanted the ball, wants to get on the score sheet maybe. Kroenke still going all the way, looking for a penalty surely, and it's been given. And Reading's afternoon, it just goes from bad to worse. Kroenke, well, he had possession, he went through the challenge, 2 or 3 challenges, and he was caught by James Harper. And we could have double figures here this afternoon in terms of goals. Absolutely amazing. Muntari No mistake. That was a terrific penalty. Reading, quite simply, have been taken apart. I think you could say they're enjoying themselves. Kitson away from Muntari. Long wants the ball, and he receives it now. Shane Long to take on Hariderson. It's not a bad cross. Structure, it's in again! Nicky Shorey. Shane Long to Nicky Shorey, and I think it might have come off a defender. Was it Sol Campbell?
It was unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. I'm sitting in the changing room here, I'm just shocked. I mean, for us to score 4 goals here, I mean, it's a difficult place to come, and then realise you still lost by 3. It's amazing.
A hat-trick for Benjani, and ironically might not have been playing had Kano been fit.
Well, I think so. Kano has been exceptional this season, and he was a loss up until Benji showed us what he can do, not only in his work rate but also in finishing off the good work.
You scored a hat-trick. Out of the 3 goals, which one did you enjoy the most?
I think the last one, the third one, it was just easy. I enjoy scoring easy goals.
Impartial observer come here today and must have thought, well, what a fabulous game football is, and you know, full of entertainment, goalmouth action, thrills galore. You know, managers, coaches, people whose livelihood depends on results, then you have a different interpretation.
Would you believe that's the high-scoring league game in match of the day history, we believe. It really was quite something, wasn't it?
I've honestly never seen a game like it in my life, and there's no great sort of looking at it and doing any sort of analysis, because it's absolutely totally impossible. It was madness, and in amongst the madness is one of the best saves you will ever see from Hanneman. It's absolutely brilliant, this save, but it wasn't what was going to follow, because look at this. I mean, it's purely reaction save. That must be the best save of his life, and after that it all went downhill, and went downhill extremely quickly. But it was just all about the madness of the decisions. David James decides to come here. Why on earth he does, I don't know. And this is, I mean, it's a brilliant finish from Kitson. But it was just that one of those days where, again, then James makes a great save from a penalty. And you're looking at it and you think, is this really happening? And then you have this, look at this. And in the end, we just ended up laughing. Because every time there was an attack, there was a goal.
Usually by deflection.
Well, exactly. And I mean, the way Reading were. I mean, watch Hanneman come here. It's a Superman impression and everything. that was Benjani's hat-trick, and it was just incredible. I'd love to know what Steve Coppell said to his team at the end of the day, and also maybe what he says on Monday. Or he just goes, look, it's one of those staff things.
I'm just glad we never let Hansen loose on that, because otherwise we'd be still going for the next match of the day.
3 months later, Steve Coppell came on when they come back to 2-2. He came out into the touchline and said, keep it tight for the next 20 minutes. He should have been saying, keep it tight for the next 20 seconds.
This is that sort of game. But terrific entertainment nevertheless. Let's turn our attention now to the Barclays Premier League leaders.
Oh, what an absolute screamer!
Arsenal have been in unstoppable form so far.
Adebayor, what a goal!
But their opponents, West Ham, did the double over them last season. A stormy encounter in the East End was followed by a smash-and-grab raid and a fine goalkeeping display at the Emirates. 6 months on, Simon Brotherton was at Upton Park.
Unbeaten Arsenal are without Eduardo, but both Alexander Kleb and Robin van Persie return, while Scott Parker makes his Premier League debut for West Ham, having recovered from injury. Freddie Ljungberg faces his former club, and Henri Camara gets his first start up front. Craig Bellamy's hamstring still keeps him out. Oh, look at that for a pass from Van Persie. Abu Diaby now. Early pressure from Arsenal, and the shot from Adebayor. Well, there's an early warning sound for West Ham United in the first minute of the game here. Terrific pass from Van Persie, and look at the space there for Adebayor on the edge of the penalty area. Parker. Now McCartney. Done well to find Ashton. Oh, this is a great chance, and it fell to Lundberg against his former teammates. Well, that was sharp play from West Ham. Just the sort of play that Lundberg will have been used to when he was with Arsenal for all those years. And Kerbishley will be encouraged by the start that his team have made here. Now it's Adebayor, very much on his own here at the moment, waits for support in the centre. This is Kleb in towards Van Persie! Arsenal are ahead with 12 minutes played, and it's Robin Van Persie. And having scored so many himself in the past couple of weeks, Adebayor helps to turn creator with Alexander Kleb. Van Persie got there in front of the defender. Strength in the air from the Dutchman, and Rob Green just couldn't keep it out. Arsenal failed to score against West Ham home and away last season. It's taken them 12 minutes this time round. Sturdy tackle by Noble there on Kleb, which the referee has taken exception to. Kleb stays down, holding that right ankle. Here's the challenge once again, and it was not a very good one at all. And quite rightly, Alan Wiley gives Mark Noble a yellow card, and Kleb doesn't look very clever at all there, does he? Here's the tackle again, real force behind it from Noble, who's never less than fully competitive. Kleb, having been clattered, has to go off to find out the extent of the damage to his ankle. Flamini, oh, look at the space he's been afforded there by West Ham United. Flamini forcing the save. Well, he was allowed to come forward of his own free will there. Nobody closing him down whatsoever. Eboué now, looking threatening. Van Persie! Oh! West Ham saved by the post! Van Persie shakes his head, and well he might. This was an absolutely cracking shot. So firmly hit away from Gabidon. Green, I think, may have actually got a fingertip to that. Noble looking for Mullins. Senderos steps in. It's fallen well here for Lee Bowyer. Ashton with a chance. Oh, it was a good chance. It was the best one West Ham have had today. It was one of the only ones West Ham have had today. Look at that. Straight at Almunia. Lucas Neal now, away from Abu Diaby. Ashton with a little layoff to Camera. Oh, that's beautifully done. Flag goes up, won't count. Flag went up early from Peter Kirkup on the near side. And Lundberg is denied a goal against his old team. As it is played forward, Lundberg, I think, is just onside. Peter Kirkup, of course, involved in a controversial decision just a couple of weeks ago in Jose Mourinho's last league match in charge of Chelsea, when it was he who disallowed Solomon Kalou's goal for offside. A little bit of spice added to the game from that decision, but here comes Adebayor. Oh, good save by Green. Really good save, and a very important one as well in terms of the context of the game. At 1-0 with 18 minutes played in the second half, West Ham could ill have afforded to concede there. Ooh, just got away from Noble. Camera retrieving possession well. Ashton! Not a million miles away from an equaliser. Winning the ball back, and Ashton trying to seize his chance. Diaby. Oh, he's allowed to run. Oh, and he nearly really unleashed an absolute blockbuster of a shot there into the net. Diaby nearly lifted the goal out of the ground last week against Derby with his goal at the Emirates Stadium, and he wasn't far away there. Diaby and Fabregas combined to dispossess Lucas Neal. It was good play by Clichy there to just thread that ball through. Adebayor just in, didn't quite go out. Looks promising here for Arsenal. It's Clichy! Oh, and a save again by Green. West Ham's fans are complaining. They feel the ball had gone out on the Arsenal left. Adebayor just about kept it in play. And Clichy there had an opportunity to score his first goal for Arsenal, but he was denied by Robert Green. Gilberto Silva, first touch for him, finding Robin van Persie. He's got Abu Diaby well up here. Just looks for an opening which just clearly isn't there. Eboué now. Really dangerous moments here for West Ham. Flamini! Arsenal so close to a second goal. Heavy pressure in and around the West Ham United penalty area. Flamini lets fly, and it just takes a little deflection there.
You feel the timing of the goal from Robin van Persie so early in the game helped you a lot though, because it really seemed to suck the atmosphere out of the crowd for one thing.
It did, and it gave us confidence to get out of the back, and then I feel in the second half we were even more bold to come out and close them down in their half, and from then on it looked like we can always score a goal, but West Ham is dangerous, they have good players.
We were home, you know, so that's what disappointed me. I went on about it half time and I've gone on about it afterwards, because the start was the most important thing. We let a goal in after 2 minutes up at Newcastle the weekend, and having to chase that one, and we've done it again today.
There was a very close call on the Freddie Ljungberg goal, which was disallowed for offside, and it looked as if he might be on.
Yeah, I think he's definitely on when you see it. There's no daylight to be seen, but you know, they are tight things and close things, and you know, we didn't get it. And the stage of the game, I think if we would have got it, we was back in it, and it was all to play for.
How's Alexander Kleb? It was a hefty challenge from Mark Noble.
Very, very difficult challenge, and you should see his leg. It's very bad, in a very bad shape. We don't think it's something broken, but certainly will be out for Tuesday night.
Well, another excellent result for Arsenal. And a suggestion, perhaps, Alan, that they look a little bit more resilient, perhaps, than last season?
Well, last week we were enthusiastic about them because of the passing, the move, and the beautiful football. Just wonderful to watch. Today was more about resilience. They're up against a better team, West Ham, who were very, very committed in their faces. Didn't allow them time and space to really get moving, and basically put their foot in right from the first whistle. And that's what championship winning sides are made of. Go away from home against hard opposition, be resilient, don't capitulate under pressure, and you get the 3 points. And it was a great performance, it really was.
It could, though, have been a little different. As is often the case when you're playing well, when you're in form, things can go for you.
It's a tough decision for the assistant, unfortunately, gets it wrong. You know, when we freeze it here, when it's played into Ljungberg, he's definitely onside there. Clean through, good first touch, it's in the back of the net.
Been quite a story as well.
It would have been, yeah. So it could have been different, but I thought Arsenal just shaded it. And another year, another performance, they might have fallen apart under the pressure, but not today. And it's a sign of the maturity of the players. Yeah,
only one goal. Most of the opportunities fell to two men, Ashton and Van Persie, and the Dutchman probably won by a head.
Well, I thought both played particularly well. And it was ironic that the major incidents were very, very similar from the two of them. This is Ashton. Early on, I think this is absolutely fabulous play. He gets in a great position here. The ball here into Ljungberg is sensational. A better touch, better control, and he's in. Van Persie, measured pass to Adebayor, beautifully played, laid into his feet. Good save. Then Ashton involved in the build-up. This bounces up quite nicely for him. Good first touch, great hit. Could easily have gone in. And then Van Persie, and probably his weaker foot, another phenomenal save for the keeper. Then the best chance that West Ham had, I mean, top-class strikers should bury that, and arguably this is an even harder chance that Van Persie actually finishes for the goal. Just coming up here, good build-up play, good support, good ball in, and a great header. And it's a thin divine line between actually getting the 3 points and maybe getting one or losing. And I think that the most impressive thing about Arsenal there today was, as I said before, the maturity of their players and the way they were resilient right to the end.
Yeah, a bit of good news, possibly for England. We're led to believe from Sam Allardyce that Michael Owen's injury might not be as bad as was first thought, and he could well be back in action very soon for the England games. But with no Heskey, Dean Ashton, is he a possibility for England?
If he's fit enough, he was a long time out, but he's come back, and I think just watching him, he's getting sharper by the game. I thought today he was particularly impressive, not only in the build-up play. He's brilliant coming off, and the ball around the corner for Michael would be absolutely phenomenal, but he's great in there as well. Maybe not as mobile as Heskey, but still as good in there.
I think he'll be in the squad, most definitely. I just think he knits the team together. You can see him certainly when Bellamy's playing as well for West Ham, just dropping off, and you know, the difference between the midfield and the forward players. I think he's a good player.
He's got a fabulous football brain. He really has.
And am I missing something? Robert Green, he's not really gets overlooked with England. He looks, every time I see him, he seems to make.
I think he's an outstanding shot stopper. I wouldn't be totally convinced in terms of the crosses, but you're right. No, he doesn't really get a mention, but he's now adding that consistency. I can't even say it to his game.
Well, it's played well today.
Yeah.
He was consistent.
What was it called?
Consistency.
Okay.
In 3 and a bit years under the stewardship of Jose Mourinho, Chelsea were undefeated in the Premier League at Stamford Bridge. Their first home game post the special one was against local rivals Fulham. Couldn't happen, could it? A turbulent September has seen Chelsea fail to score a Premier League goal. Fulham, meanwhile, started the day second only to Arsenal in the goal-scoring stakes. 2 more earned them a draw in the corresponding fixture last season. John Motson was the commentator.
Didier Drogba is back after missing Chelsea's last 4 games. His 33 goals last season included 1 in this fixture when Fulham forced a 2-2 draw. American Clint Dempsey has filled in for his injured compatriot Brian McBride up front and made his mark with 3 goals in Fulham's last 4 Premiership games. Well, Avram Grant shouldn't feel too threatened by the banners around the ground. There are 1 or 2 supporting the legacy of Jose Mourinho, but they're mostly appreciative. Bocanegra. Simon Davis against Ashley Cole here. Oh, and the header back by Makalele. And there's an injury here to John Terry. Which is not something Chelsea would want. Well, Terry's back on his feet, talking to the referee, Martin Atkinson. Three and a half years since Chelsea lost a Premiership match here at Stamford Bridge to Arsenal in February 2004. 66 games. Oh, Dempsey had pulled away there from Belhaim. A moment of anxiety for Chelsea here. Dempsey's on fire just at the moment. Not an out-and-out striker in terms of his background, but he's been getting goals, and Ben Haim just allowed him half a yard there. His first home game was always going to be a tough test for Avram Grant in front of Chelsea's own supporters. Now there's a possibility here for Joe Cole to get the ball in, and he's beaten Konchesky. Oh, and Drogba. He's appealing to the referee here. He feels he was impeded as Joe Cole's cross whizzed across the 6-yard box here. Watch Drogba. And now then, the first yellow card of the afternoon is coming out. Drogba has spoken out of turn to the referee, Martin Atkinson, and he's been booked. Well, the news from the Chelsea dressing room is the England captain John Terry has fractured his cheekbone in an early challenge. He played on, but for the start of the second half, he's replaced by Alex. Drogba. Joe Cole on this side. Kalou's following in closely here. Oh, hit the post and scrambled away. And even without John Terry at the start of the second half, Chelsea come closer to scoring than at any time in the first. Lot of space on this side. Kalu it was who slid in with the defender. I think it came off Baird and then Casey Keller. And off the post. Well, the crowd is certainly giving Chelsea what backing they can. But this has all the hallmark of a very frustrating afternoon at Stamford Bridge. As for Lawrie Sanchez, his team are digging in well here. Drogba gets that down. Into the box, Drogba, good save, Keller. Peter Kenyon, the chief executive there, won't be enjoying this just at the moment. Just wonder what that cheekbone injury to John Terry might do in terms of England, never mind Chelsea. Now then, Chelsea win a free kick here against Clint Dempsey, not far outside the Fulham penalty area. And if ever they needed a break, it's now. Kalu! Well, the two best chances, arguably, of the second half have fallen to Salomon Kalou. It won't go for him. Well, the minutes are mounting up now since Chelsea last scored in the league. An entirely blank September at the moment. This is Ben Haim. Pizarro. Oh, Kalou, now that something might happen here. Joe Cole! Joe Cole has steered it just wide. They were on their feet, the Chelsea fans there. Lawrie Sanchez, Fulham, look as though they may have spoiled the party for Chelsea for the second year running at Stamford Bridge. Makelele forward, Drogba trying to knock it on for Kalou, and Drogba's been felled there by Baird. Now who gets the yellow card? Drogba is off. Drogba and Baird collided there. Drogba has been given a second yellow card, and Chelsea's problems go from bad to worse. Chelsea are going to be down to 10 men for the second week running. Chelsea are all over the place here. It's Konchesky, and Fulham are in on goal, and it's Paul Konchesky, and Petr Cech saves with his feet and maybe saves Chelsea's reputation. Instead, it's Chelsea on the attack at the other end with Belletti. Pizarro's in the middle, so is Kalou. And Joe Cole has skied it. And it could have been a goal at either end there within 40 seconds. And they're chanting Jose Mourinho now. It's echoing round the ground. Won't be music to the ears of Avram Grant or even Peter Kenyon. Alex. Kalou! Well, if there have been 3 chances for Chelsea in this second half, or 3 decent ones, quite apart from the one Joe Cole had, they've all fallen to Salomon Kalou. Buatsa. And through the middle here, it's Camera, and he's onside. Diamanski Camera for Fulham, and he's gone past Makelele, and he's just cut it wide of the far post. And frankly, Chelsea there were staring their first home defeat in 67 Premiership games right in the face. Camera, look at the space he's got down the middle. No John Terry, of course, but nobody else either. Makelele was brushed aside, and just look at that.
It's not good enough for Chelsea. It's not that we don't score goals, not that we didn't take the points, but at least we create many chances today. So I want to take the positive things even I'm not happy that we lost 2 points today.
You come away to a club like Chelsea, you know, a draw away at Chelsea is a fantastic result. But I did say yesterday I fancied us to get a sneaker 1-0, and when Konchesky was through 1-on-1 with the keeper, I thought 3 minutes ago, I thought this is it. And then just after that, Joe Kamara had exactly the same situation. I thought, well, this is going to be it. It wasn't to be.
Can I ask you about John Terry? What's the news tonight?
First, he's going to make a scan, and then I will know better what happened. But me personally, when there is some even doubt about head injury, I don't want to take a risk.
A suspected fractured cheekbone for John Terry, which adds to Chelsea's woe. Look at them at the moment, and clearly all is not well.
No. One thing about them, they've always been very, very difficult to play against. That particularly wasn't the case today. Obviously, they're missing 1 or 2 players, but there's no fluency in the football. There's no great confidence as well about the football. They didn't really create that many chances today as well. And, of course, the news now about John Terry is not particularly good. And when you're not playing well, obviously, you need the likes of your John Terrys in your team. And I think the thing with him as well is that, you know, when you look at this challenge, there's no doubt in my mind that Dempsey leads with his arm and he catches him. And yet, you know, he's a bull, Terry, because he played on with it. Yeah. And apparently wanted to come out and play for the second half, but such is John Terry. And then the next thing you're looking at is Drogba. Drogba just gets back, which is a great fillip to them. He gets booked for this, which is absolutely crazy. Why on earth he wants to harangue the referee, I'll never ever know. And then this, which I don't think he meant because his eyes were on the ball, but it's dangerous play, so he has to go. So you've lost him now, just as you've got him back. And this is the, well, I don't know, talk about imponderable. Shevchenko, I can't see it. It's as though, to me, the fella's legs have gone completely. He's got absolutely no confidence whatsoever, no communication. He gets taken off after 52 minutes. That's twice in the last 2 league games that he's gone off in under an hour. And then what happens on a day when you don't play particularly well is that the chances fall to Solomon Kalou, and should have done better certainly with that. Again, got to hit the target with this. You know, there's nothing wrong with his movement. He's got himself in great positions, but the very, very least, with all those attempts, you don't hit the target, you're not going to score the goals.
They've got big problems. What's the answer?
What's the answer? Shouldn't have sacked the manager. But what's the answer in terms of going forward? We're not really sure. I think Drogba back fit playing, back to 4-3-3. I don't think Shevchenko can play in that team, Gary. As great a player as he's been, I'm afraid
it's actually quite sad to see at the moment.
It's extremely sad to see because he's been fantastic, but he's not there. He hasn't got it.
They're playing like a side that don't know where the next victory's going to come from. Yeah. Right, and when you're playing like that, what you need is to be together. Players, the manager, the coaches. Is that going to happen? If you're Marcel Desailly, it's happening tomorrow morning, right? But in the real world, it's not going to happen. No. There's big problems. There's big problems in the dressing room. You can see that the way they come out and play.
And Fulham played well, and could have seen it at the end quite easily.
That's the point to make. Fulham played extremely well, very, very good indeed, and they had some outstanding chances. And we know about Chelsea's unbeaten run at home, but you know, again with Fulham, you'll never ever get better chances to beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. That great chance at the far post, and then here Chelsea dithering and dallying, most unlike them, Konchesky. Just dink it past the goalkeeper, you take 3 points. And again here, I mean, not a bad first touch, but where are we going with the second, third and fourth? And in the end, if it had gone down, could have got a penalty as well. So they would never get a better team. Well played, Fulham. Played very, very well.
But even
Chelsea,
these clips in the great side of 2 years ago, you watch Chelsea at home and the opposition, when you get a sniff in 90 minutes, now it's 5 and 6 chances a match.
Yeah. Shadow of their former selves.
Go to Valencia in the week as well.
Tough one. Two teams now who perhaps surprisingly started the day in the top 5. Manchester City under Sven have won every home game without even conceding a goal. Their opponents Newcastle, with Big Sam at the helm, were endeavouring to win back-to-back games for the first time this year. Alistair Mann saw this one.
8 games in, and Sven-Göran Eriksson has opted to give 20-year-old Joe Hart his first start, ousting Kasper Schmeichel to the bench. It's a similar tale for Sam Allardyce, as back comes Shay Given to replace Steve Harper. Steve Taylor and Obafemi Martins replace the injured Kasapa and Owen. Oh, he lost control of it there, and Pens has won it back for Manchester City. And here's Elano, who completely missed his kick, and Shay Given will be mightily relieved that he did. It was a chance that was purely of Shay Given's own making. Newcastle attempt to counter at the other end. Smith, now Martins. And here is Smith. Well, it almost was, but the ball seemed to gather pace and go away from Alan Smith. Mpenza, nicely done. Elano, Johnson, Elano leaves it for Ireland. Here's Elano again, shooting opportunity. Terrific save. That's why Shay Given's back in, because he is capable of terrific agility of that nature. Hurled himself at this after a good break from Manchester City. A well-constructed move, and this was goal-bound.
He's been chomping at the bit to replace Steve Harper, but it is Harper back in what has been familiar territory for him back on the bench. Ball breaks for Nzogbia. Now Viduka. Nice ball towards Milner. Claims he was caught, Milner, by Richards, and it was a difficult call for the referee. Well, Micah Richards, I suspect, was a concerned man. It was a tough call. My goodness, it was close. Micah Richards, maybe he did get a piece of the ball as well as the man, but it is no penalty, says Chris Foy. Jeremy, now Bay. Jeremy once more. Looking towards Martins. He's onside Martins. Great chance for Martins. Great goal by Martins. Really good take by Obafemi Martins. Michael Owen is injured at the moment. And if Obafemi Martins can continue to finish like that, maybe Owen won't come straight back into the side when he's fit. This is great football. Took it down superbly, and with heart coming towards him, his mind was made up, and he guided it beyond him. Newcastle United ahead. Awkward one for Hart to deal with, and indeed it's rolling towards his goal. And that was the nick of time, wasn't it? How close did this come to crossing the line? Pretty close, that's for sure. Never did, but goodness me, he left it late. Chorluka, and Penza straight offside. Chorluka allows him back. Elano in towards Ireland. Real chance for Stephen Ireland. No one really to aim for in the middle, but here comes Petrov, and it's 1-1. He got his first 2 goals for Manchester City last Saturday. He has his third a week later. Guided in after Stephen Ireland had got round the back. There were no real targets. And suddenly Petrov arrived almost on the blind side. Ahead for only 9 minutes, Newcastle. And Martin Petrov puts Manchester City level, as indeed he did against Fulham last week. He then added another to put them ahead. Richards with a header. Ball breaks for Elano, pushes it through for Ireland. Another terrific through ball. Can Ireland take advantage? Good save by Gibbon. But Elano, once again, is finding that killer pass that so few players possess. But this is, well, it's textbook goalkeeping, isn't it, by Shea Gibbon? He stays big, he forces Ireland to hit it at him. Petrov chasing, Petrov getting. Has he got the legs on Taylor? I think he has. He's done well, Petrov. And it's on towards Penza! And what a start to the second half for Manchester City. He scored at St James's Park to win the game in March. Petrov, the provider, possibly of the winning goal today as well, maybe. And it was all down to Martin Petrov. He never gave it up. He knew he had the legs on Taylor. And his delivery to just one target, Emil Penza, was perfect. They haven't come from behind to win a match, Manchester City, in more than 2 years. August 2005. Are they going to do it today? Now Milner. Still alive in the Manchester City area, and it's taken a deflection. Again away by Penza. Ireland chasing it down. He's got there ahead of Bayer. Charging forward, looking at it. Micah Richards, terrific athleticism. Still going, Micah Richards. Oh well, he's got so many things in his terrific armoury. Fitness, agility, reading of the game, but it would appear he hasn't got a left foot as strong as his right. But losing out, Elano giving it to Petrov. Ireland's made a run, but still with Petrov, with Butt tugging away at him, quite literally, actually. And indeed, it'll be a free kick to Manchester City. And that is the frustration of an afternoon that hasn't gone Newcastle's way, exhibited by Nicky Butt. Free kick to Manchester City. Lano over it, goes for goal! And scores the goal! Oh, that's superb. It's his first goal for Manchester City. He's shown what an exciting player he is in every other aspect of the game. Now he's shown he can finish too, and in style. Brazilian magic from a magician. It couldn't have gone in a better place. Impossible to save. Shay Given saw it, hurled himself at it, couldn't get close to it.
Sven, how pleasing an afternoon was that for you?
Very much so. I mean, we won 3 points, and I think we did it with style as well. We play good football. We could have scored more goals, and we created a lot of chances today. And if we can go on playing football as we did today, I will be a happy man for a long time.
We got ourselves in front, and then really take a foot off the pedal, really, and it allowed them to get back in. We were conceding some poor goals at this moment in time.
Ilano's role is integral to the way you play football, the system that you play, and he's a pleasure to watch, I would imagine, even for his manager.
Absolutely, and when he arrived, he was not physically up to 100%, but he's getting stronger and stronger, better and better. So now, yeah, I mean, today he was excellent out there, and the free kick he scored, you have to have very good feet to score from that distance.
He's an important player in Manchester City, isn't he?
For me, it's important. For me, it's important. Why I play very well. I play with one touch, and for me, it's important when I have the ball, I go and the ball come me.
What a transformation in Manchester City.
I thought I was watching Arsenal. Yeah. It was so good. Who would have thought it? Man City, the neutrals' favourites. I mean, and again, the plaudits go to Ericsson. I mean, all right, he spent a bit of money, but people have spent money before and failed. And plus, to spend the money and get them gelling so quickly, it was absolutely fantastic to watch. I mean, Alano was just sensational. Petrov, you've got two players there that would fit into any team in the Premiership. And of course, with the younger players that he's got coming through, the City supporters must be in dreamland. They really do.
Sven managed, of course, in Italy for, well, most of his managerial career, where they concentrate on defence and hitting teams on the counter-attack. You can see a little bit of that in Manchester.
Well, you can see a bit of that. I mean, last season when they came under pressure and under sustained pressure, then there was no way back for them. Whereas now, like you say, they're great in the counter-attack. And so what do you need to be great in the counter-attack? Well, you need, obviously, pace. You need somebody to hold it up. You need people breaking and breaking quickly. But mainly, you need good players, and that's what they've got. They've got good players. This is the second half. Well, actually, this is the first half. And what this is, the goalkeeper kicks it out, and it's like just precision play. It's, you know, into feet, it's quick. And Alano finally gets it. Brings it a brilliant save from Shay Given. This is the second half, Newcastle corner. This is what I'm talking about. When do you see two centre-backs break like this? First Dunn, and then Richards, the two centre-backs, and he's desperately unlucky here because it's a great saving tackle and he's in goal. This is, to me, one of the best bits of the game. Haman picks up, plays it into Alano. There's only him and Pens up front, but this is brilliant interchange. It's so fluid and quick, and Penza gets in, and it's like, you know, defence to attack in 5 seconds, and another great saving tackle. And watch, we'll pick up Richards at the back post here. Watch this for a break from a centre-back. Unbelievable. He's run past everybody. And, I mean, he's got the talent and ability to come inside. Admittedly, it's a bit of a pass back here, but the break is phenomenal. And then you've got the pace of Petrov. He picks it up, you know, gets it from another centre-back, and he runs and he runs and he runs. And plus, he's got the support up there, and Penza's in. Should have scored there. And then support on the other side. Now they've got bodies in the box. And should have scored there. So, like Sven says, not only are they scoring the goals, but they're making countless chances.
About 3 weeks ago, I asked you how far they could go this season. You said, great start, but they won't finish in the top 6.
Sorry?
You said they would. Yeah. Forget about that.
All right.
No, I'm giving you a chance.
Finish 6.
I'm giving you a chance to change your mind.
Can I change my mind in this programme?
No.
I never
can.
change
No.
my mind in
You
this
can't.
programme.
All right, they won't finish in the top
No,
six.
not in the top six.
Okay.
But brilliant to watch.
Yeah.
7th.
It's nearly 30 years since Birmingham City last beat Manchester United, and with United going into the game without having conceded a goal in a minute shy of 7 hours, Steve Bruce's boys were up against it. Steve Wilson was at a lush St Andrews.
After smothering Liverpool last week, Steve Bruce is more adventurous on home soil. Olivier Capo partners Cameron Jerome up front. McSheffrey and Muamba return. United are unchanged from the Chelsea game. Rooney and Tevez keep out Louis Saha. Kelly's clearance. Paul Scholes here for Manchester United, was hustled out of it by Capo. This is Cameron Jerome, and that's a very good save by Van der Sar. And Birmingham City, after 1 minute, were this close to taking the lead. Good save by Van der Sar, mistake from Scholes, almost had Steve Bruce celebrating an early breakthrough. Sebastian Larsson to take the corner. Decent delivery too, and Van der Sar is there again. This time the header from Kadru. It's another smart save from Van der Sar. Rio Ferdinand, oh, he had to hurry. Got it away from Capo, and then Ronaldo's caught in possession by Kadru. This is McSheffrey for Birmingham. Lovely ball. Cameron Jerome. Hit the stanchion, not the post. Very bright start from Birmingham City, though. Here's Evra for Manchester United. No foul. Larsson picked it away from him. Beautifully found McSheffrey. Off the line. And it was off the line. And then the header over the top of the crossbar as it was rifled back into Muamba. Well, Birmingham may protest, but Rio Ferdinand certainly prevented a goal here. Definitely didn't cross the line, didn't get close to crossing the line. Giggs. Brown getting forward. It's been a feature of Manchester United's play, this. Wes Brown again. And he's found Cristiano Ronaldo, who found Mike Taylor. McSheffrey, been excellent in the first half for Birmingham. Cameron Jerome here. And Frank Kadru arriving. Kadru! Oh, fantastic break from left back by Frank Kadru. Kadru, had he gone over there, you just wonder whether Steve Bennett might have given a penalty. Nafti. Oh, it just bounced up, and the bounce favoured Cristiano Ronaldo, who scores for Manchester United. Birmingham caught cold at the back, and Cristiano Ronaldo weaved his way beyond Mike Taylor, and Manchester United lead. Nafti. Touch from Jerome to Larsson again. Asking a lot of McSheffrey. Oh, Rooney let it go. McSheffrey on target. Kuszczak bundles it. Just away from Cameron Jerome. Mistake from Rooney here. I think you've just got to get something on that. He didn't. And Kuszczak got lucky. Here's McSheffrey for Birmingham from the Kadru pass. Jerome in the middle. Capo and Larsson arriving. McSheffrey takes on Brown, beats Brown. Oh, magnificent save! It's a fabulous save by Kuszczak, because that was heading for an own goal. Rio Ferdinand got the last touch onto McSheffrey's shot. And it's a magnificent save from Thomas Kuszczak. That is exceptional goalkeeping. Liam Ridgewell. Larsson with Evra. Handball by Patrice Evra. Well, Evra's protesting his innocence. I'm not sure on what grounds. And if that's not handball, I don't really know what is. McSheffrey to take. Birmingham with 5 inside the penalty area. Manchester United with 3 in a wall. A cacophony at St Andrews. McSheffrey! Oh my goodness, that is close. Well, Kuszak is out berating the wall. Just needed someone to really hurl themselves into the thick of it. Here's Tevez, Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo in the middle, Sahar in the middle, Wayne Rooney here for Manchester United, and Carlos Tevez, and Rooney. Oh, and Kelly kept it away from Cristiano Ronaldo, who thought he was about to bag himself a second. If you had to put your money on which side was to score the second goal of the game at the moment, you'd probably say the team in red. And here's Rooney, and here's Ronaldo, and he'd be high on your list of contenders to score that goal. He wasn't far away. Palacios looking for O'Connor. It's going to be a late one if there is to be one. It's Gary O'Connor. O'Connor still! Not sure it was on target, but neither was Kuszak, and he wasn't about to take a chance.
The way we've gone about it today, you know, we certainly didn't deserve to get beat. We've made a horrible mistake for the goal, but we needed to take one of them chances. You don't get 4 and 5 chances against Manchester United. And from the first couple of minutes, we've had a chance, and we needed one of them to go in. If one of them goes in, it gives you that lift what you need, you know.
Birmingham played much better in the first half. Second half, we improved special our defensive side. In the first half, we faced a lot of problems, a couple of mistakes. I think it is also fair to say that Birmingham forced our team to make mistakes, and it is the credit that we need to give them. So we a little bit fortunate with 0-0 at half time.
Maybe it's not the best Manchester United in the moment, but the most important is to win. And I think the best is coming. This is the first games, and you have a lot of time to improve the game, to improve the players, to play better. And I think you have time, but I think the most important is to win.
Yeah, honest assessment there from Ronaldo. I'm not sure Birmingham got what they deserved out of that game, which often happens against the better sides.
It certainly does, and most certainly didn't. They started the game extremely well. Manchester United were all over the place defensively in the first half, and if there was ever an indication, if you needed it from Birmingham, the difference between playing in the Championship and playing in the Premiership, it was today. And it was 2 major incidents. The way that Ronaldo took advantage of a slip by Kadru for Manchester United's goal, and then just the way that he very, very calmly got onto the end of this and made it into goal was just outstanding. You can't afford to fall asleep, basically. The ball just lands, Kadru can't make his mind up what to do. In Ronaldo goes, keeps his head. Great finish. United obviously in front, and it was always going to be difficult for Birmingham. But they came back. Credit to Birmingham, they really did come back. And here McSheffrey comes in, does extremely well. Deflection off Rio Ferdinand, and what a save this is from Kuszak.
Seen a few great saves tonight.
It's a brilliant save. Late, reaction save. That was it. That was the difference. If Birmingham keep playing like that, especially at home, they will be absolutely fine.
Are we getting back to the days when it's Manchester United and Arsenal again?
It's looking a bit that way. I think you have to throw
Liverpool
Liverpool
in
in
there. Super Reds, you discounting them?
No, but we've got them to come.
Right, okay. Right,
see how they play.
Manchester United masters at going away from home, not playing that well and winning over the years, time and time again.
It's the secret. Before we bring you the remaining 3 games, a gentle reminder to watch Match of the Day 2. Everton versus Middlesbrough is the featured match. Sunday night, BBC 2 at 10 o'clock. If you're not out for Sunday lunch, you could catch the Women's World Cup final. Germany face Brazil. It's live on BBC 2 at 12:45. Just after the Great North Run, in fact. Coverage of what is always a terrific event starts on BBC 1 at 9:30. Two more games for you now. Shortly we'll see Sunderland face Blackburn, but first it's Wigan against Liverpool, and one of the biggest certainties of the season so far, a starting place for Fernando Torres. This was a spot in the commentary box at the JJB Stadium for Jonathan Pearce.
Wigan, who've never scored a league goal against Liverpool, give Julius Agahauer his first start of the season, with Antoine Sobieski joining Emil Heskey on the treatment table. Fernando Torres starts this week for Liverpool alongside Dirk Kuyt, but Steven Gerrard is among 8 changes from the midweek Carling Cup victory. Oh, that's given away poorly. And Kuyt looks for Torres, who has so much pace. And it's beyond Kirkland, and just bubbles wide. The error started it all. Crossfield ball across your back four, schoolboy error. Kirkland spread himself well, and fortune favoured the brave. Below carrying and looking for Torres free. What a lovely goal that would have been. Look at the space Wigan have given him there. Acrobatic, dramatic, but wide. Bent. Kumas. It's got in behind Carragher. And a flag is raised for offside, which rescues Liverpool, because I think the challenge on Agahauer was a foul. And I think the challenge by Carragher would have presented Liverpool with a major problem. Did the assistant referee get it right? Who here was offside? The ball's played there. Agahauer is certainly not offside. It's Shana. As soon as Shana makes a run towards the ball, the flag went up. Oh, Carragher has put it back into his own box. Shana is there, and that's a corner to Wigan. Kumas. Amy and Melchior, given her away by Risa. Skoko back into the mix. The flag has stayed down, oh, until very late. Bent, it's offside, it's disallowed, but it was a very, very late flag. As it's played back over the top, Bent's onside. Well, the guy coming back's offside, but he's not interfering. There's no way Marcus Bent was offside there. Wigan denied. Arbeloa. Torres, Gerrard making the run off him. Torres into the space, deflected away off Boyce, and Gerrard's first to it. The goalkeeper was hesitant. This is Kuyt. Kirkland redeems himself with a splendid save. It's Torres, there's the big loopy deflection. Kirkland starts to backpedal. It's Skoko that rescues it, denying Liverpool and saving Wigan. As his team over-elaborated in front of goal on occasion. Kilban. Kumas. And Deshana! Rayner's come too late, has he? Oh! Cutesy little flick. Where's it going? Where's it going? Spot the ball. Wide of the post. And this is Kumas. Dispossessed by Mascherano. And now Pennant. Benayoun. Clever touch. Brilliantly done. Oh, that is a terrific goal. A Benayoun beauty. It's been a game of ifs, buts, nearlies and talking points. And a moment of real composure sees Liverpool ahead. That was a lovely touch. Cool. Over Kirkland. Beautifully done. Then the check back. Terrific balance. Really good finish. Liverpool are ahead. Kilban. And now Kumas. Powerful run. He's left Arbeloa behind. Oh, what a chance. Agahauer. Well, he will never get a better chance to open his Wigan account. Brilliant run from Kumas. How did he miss?
Seconds to go, Kuma skins the fullback, lovely cross, there's Agahauer, 3 yards out. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, well, it's going through my mind as a goal. But obviously, you know, he's not taking it, and I've been very disappointed with that. So he knows how disappointed I am, because it would have got us something out of the game which we richly deserved.
Rafa, how do you feel? Pleased? Relieved?
Pleased, because I think that to win away always is important. A little bit disappointed because we had some chances and you could finish the game before.
2 goals in 2 games for you, but a place on the bench. Are all the players happy with the rotation policy?
Well, you have to ask each player, you know, what they feel. I'm telling you that I'm very happy with this. It's keep the fresh all the players, and you know, the manager, it is his job to decide who will play in which game, and we have to respect it.
For once, some good news for Roy Keane from the Sunderland treatment room as Nyron Nosworthy returns after a knee injury. Surprises in the Blackburn lineup. McCarthy, Savage and Pedersen all left out. Tugai, McQuaina and Derbyshire will start as Mark Hughes tries to inject fresh impetus into his side. Warnock in for Roque Santa Cruz. Hamilton in a good position to his right. Here is the Australian. Now running into traffic. Back for Bentley. Cleverly away from Miller. And it might fall for Derbyshire. Nosworthy missed his clearance and Derbyshire hooks it just wide. Nosworthy's poor clearance and Derbyshire hooking it over his shoulder. And it's the closest Blackburn Rovers have come to a goal. Lovely done by Ledbetter. On by York, here's Miller. Through to Wallace. Back to Miller, great move! Deserved a better finish. Miller scored that last-minute equaliser at the Riverside last week. On the end of this, he was heavily involved as well. The shot was too straight to trouble Brad Friedel. Miller away from Tugai, through for Chopra. Friedel is going to come. Did he get there ahead of Chopra? Fans want a penalty, Chopra does as well. Referee gives a corner. Chopra felt that he was impeded. Doesn't look as though Friedel got anything of the ball. Oh, he just caught his right foot. Santa Cruz dropping deep to collect it and then charge towards the penalty area. It's going to fall for Bentley. It's 1-0 Blackburn Rovers. Santa Cruz dropping deep to collect and then charged into the penalty area. It came off Higginbottom and Bentley needed no second invitation. And Blackburn's recent goal drought is over. It's their first goal for over 5 hours in the Premier League. Short by Higginbottom. Emerson's in. Gordon's kept Sunderland in it. But the header back for Santa Cruz and it's 2! Higginbottom might well hold his head. It was a dreadful back pass by the defender. No pressure at all. He understruck it. Emerton was in quickly. Gordon rescued him initially. Emerton with a glance there to see who had got his support. Santa Cruz was the man. A nightmare couple of minutes for Roy Keane. Santa Cruz now. Higginbottom and McShane are the defenders for Sunderland. Bentley wants it played to him. It's Bentley. It's Bentley. It's Gordon to keep him out. And what an important save that might be by the Scotland #1. Great movement between Santa Cruz and Bentley. Bentley did ever so well here to keep his feet. Could have gone down there. And so close to squeezing it past Gordon. And they're leaving in their droves now, the Sunderland fans. Jones has won it. He's picked out Conley. Jones wants it back. It's going to come for Ledbetter to try and score. Excellent finish by Grant Ledbetter. Scored last week and he scored again today. Good play by Jones. And then when it falls for Ledbetter, he places it beyond Friedel into the bottom corner. And the fans that left early will hear the shouts and the screams and will think they left too soon.
Grateful, obviously, for the 2 goals very quickly after the break in the second half. I think that basically won the game for us. But we looked always dangerous on the break, and in fact we could have won more comfortably. But good performance, good result for us.
Probably draw would have been a fair reflection. I felt on the game, but maybe there's another 5 minutes on the clock, we might have got that second one, and that's why the second goal was always going to be hard. We've done it a few times, especially last year, but 2 goals on to a decent Blackburn team was always going to be too much for us today.
Good teams are teams who react to bad results. I mean, we went 15 games unbeaten, had a couple of bad results, but we've picked ourselves up and 2 wins now, and we're just looking to kick on.
A couple of bad results and a bad haircut, but typical Blackburn.
Well, they continue to impress, don't they, the team, and I think more importantly, the manager. They left players out today, had a reverse result last week against Portsmouth at home in the league, changed it around, played very well, and probably deserved their win, and they just keep going from strength to strength.
Yeah. As for the erstwhile Super Reds, well, they eked out a win, but trifle fortunate, dare I suggest?
Well, I think it was a massive 3 points for them. You know, there's been a lot of speculation about Torres, should he play, shouldn't he play? But the biggest thing for me is in the last 2 Premiership matches, they haven't played that well. And the only way you can start playing well again is by getting the results first and then getting that confidence to go. All right, they rode their luck at times. This is another bad decision by the assistant referee. When we slow this down, we see that Marcus Bent there is definitely onside. There's the line there's where Marcus Bent is 100% onside. Liverpool defence out en masse, so if that goes in, it could have been a different story. Then there are a couple of really good chances. This one over the top, Carragher can't get to it. Sharna comes in, that could easily have ended up in the back of the net. And then late on, this is probably the best chance of the match. I mean, how this doesn't go in, oh, it's just so easy. So it was important for them to get the 3 points to get back on track.
OK, our final match this week featured the Premier League's bottom 2 clubs. A real early season 6-pointer between Derby and Bolton. John Roeder was at Pride Park.
Defender Jay McKeverley and midfielder David Jones coming into the Derby side as Billy Davies makes 2 changes to the side thrashed at Arsenal. Ivan Campos scored against Tottenham last Sunday. It's the same Bolton side that started against Spurs. Miller, such a hard-working forward. Leacock. Mears with the long ball forward. Stephen Howard able to turn. It's Kenny Miller! 2 home matches for the Scottish international, 2 goals. What an astute signing he could prove to be. Lovely interplay between the 2 Derby strikers. Howard with the ball across. Crisp first-time finish from Kenny Miller. Jääskeläinen no chance. There were reports in several of this morning's newspapers that Samuel Lee's position might be in peril if Bolton went down to a heavy defeat today. Nicholas Anelka, 1-2 with Davis. Anelka onto his right foot, got a deflection, it's 1-1. Anelka will claim it, no doubt about it, his 5th of the season. And Bolton are back on level terms. It's a good run from Anelka, but he just looked to have lost the opportunity there when the misplaced pass came back from Davis. The shot, though, getting a deflection, and a big deflection at that. Speed tries to play it in behind Eddie Lewis. He'll have a job keeping off Gardner. Oh, the back pass isn't a good one. Nolan, side netting. Eddie Lewis under pressure there from Gardner, and Nolan nearly stole in. Pearson got to the ball first. Here's McKeverley. O'Brien's being lost, and it's so excellent save from Jääskeläinen to deny Kenny Miller a second goal. heavily with the ball in. And that's a wonderful bit of goalkeeping from Jääskeläinen. Lewis didn't get any height at all on it. Campos stabs the ball clear. Not too far though. Oakley. Back to Lewis. Still Derby have plenty forward in the area. Lewis with the chip. Michael here to Miller! Oh, you can see he feels he should have done better with that effort. Miller at the top of your picture there. Nobody's picked him up in a Bolton shirt. Lewis had plenty to aim for. Good chance for Miller. And his manager knows it. Wilhelmsen. Gardner making the run ahead of him. Gardner gets away from Mears. In towards Diouf! Save made by Bywater. Just a couple of centimetres away from making a telling connection. Wilhelmsen. Bolton pressurising on that far side. Wilhelmsen looking to turn away from Oakley. Gets the shot in. Save, excellent save from Bywater. And Nelka against the bar and away off the line. How did that stay out? Nolan with the final opportunity. What a let-off for Derby. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Wilhelmsen with the shot. Good save from Bywater. Anelka smashes it back in. The bar in the way, and then Nolan couldn't quite get enough power on his effort. So close. Cleared away by Pearson in the end.
Once again, we showed at home that we're going to cause a lot of problems here, and when we play with that tempo and that energy, I have to say that I'm extremely disappointed. Again, with a very naive goal from the edge of the box, which we obviously talked about all week and looked at and analysed again. But it's a cruel deflection.
That's 4 in a row unbeaten now, which is excellent, isn't it?
Well, it is considering the start we had, you know, and I've said I'm not going to get carried away. I didn't when we get them defeats. You know, I refuse to get carried away in defeat. I refuse to get carried away in victory. What I will say to you is that it's certainly something for us to build upon. And you know yourself, football's a confidence game, and if we can keep on working like that, building upon our confidence, then we'll get ourselves out of this predicament.
6 points, it becomes a 1-pointer. Let's take a look at the Barclays Premier League table. The top 4 all won today, so it's Arsenal who still lead the way. They're 2 points clear of Manchester United, who are averaging less than a goal a game. Manchester City and Liverpool complete the Champions League places. Chelsea slipped to 7th. Derby and Bolton are still keeping each other company at the bottom. They're level on points with Spurs, who play Aston Villa on Monday. We leave you with the 11 goals that set a Premier League record. There's just about enough time to fit them into our closing titles. Goodbye.
Boxing Behind Bars next on BBC One. Wesley Snipes and Ving Rhames star in the film Undisputed.
The beast in me has had to learn to live with pain.